The Aptera is a very different vehicle. I made my reservation knowing that there were going to be some risks involved. Here are the top 5 things that made me hesitate on reserving the Aptera. If you want to see my top 5 reasons for reserving the Aptera, check out that video right here. All right, let's get into it. My plan is to have this car for a very long time. But what happens if I don't like it and I want to sell it? Is there going to be any value to it? My guess is the resale value is going to be pretty bad. And that's mostly because it's a weird looking car, it's not a known brand, and overall there's not a lot of demand for it. Now it could go the other way, and this car might set off the efficiency revolution of the future and be worth a lot of money later on. But I highly doubt that, especially here in America where the Ford F-150 has been the best-selling vehicle for decades. Now, if you're familiar with the used car market, what do you think about the Aptera? I think software is a huge part of the experience of having a car these days. The software in my Chevy Bolt really sucks. It's really bad. It makes me not want to keep the car. These days, we're all so used to having our smartphones and tablets. We expect software to work and feel a certain way. And when it doesn't, it's kind of a disappointment, and it makes me want to have a different car. Maybe Aptera's software is going to be really good because they're not an old legacy automaker tied to an old software or old design language. On the other hand, if their designers aren't any good, that's not really going to matter. I just hope Aptera really understands how important software is. Since Aptera is categorized as an Autocycle, they don't have to follow the same safety standards that cars do. They're actually put into the motorcycle category here in the US. I hope Aptera will make the vehicle as safe as a car, but financially it probably makes more sense for them just to make it as safe as the strictest regulations need them to. But since it's going to be sold globally, hopefully that means it'll be a really safe vehicle, because here in the US, I think our safety standards aren't as strict as other places like Europe. For example, here in the US, there are only 4 states that require airbags for autocycles and 19 states that require seatbelts. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in the different safety requirements for different states. These days, everything is getting more expensive, and I'm pretty sure Aptera is going to have to raise their prices at some point. Where their prices are at right now, for my configuration, that's my ceiling. I can't go any higher than that. But I do have a plan in case prices get a little bit higher. Now, if prices go up a little bit, I'll lose the 400-mile range, but add the all-wheel drive. Now, I know I said 400 miles in my last video was a major reason for me getting the car, and it is, but I figure 250 miles plus a car that charges pretty fast, I think I'll totally be okay with that. If I'm losing the 400-mile range, might as well have fun and get a 3.5 second 0 to 60 time. If the prices go up a little bit more, I'll lose the all-wheel drive. But if prices go over $32,000 for having the level 2 autonomy and the full solar, then I'm just going to have to cancel my order, because those 2 things for me are non-negotiable. My biggest concern is that the vehicle will never be made. There's a lot of naysayers out there, and I think they're a little bit justified. Being an auto manufacturer is really hard, and Aptera has failed once, but I'm hoping that that failure has made them wiser. I'm optimistic that Aptera is going to make this car, but I do think there is a chance that it's not going to happen. And it's not because I don't believe in the people or the company. There's just a lot going on in the world right now. We are still in a global pandemic. The supply chain is still messed up, microchips are still harder to come by, and the price of lithium is increasing. Now, these factors have affected all auto manufacturers, but I'm pretty sure it's going to have an even bigger impact on a small one that's trying to get off the ground. So those are my top 5 concerns about reserving the Aptera. They obviously weren't big enough for me not to reserve one for myself, but if you're looking into it and you're interested in getting one, they are some things to think about. If you are just getting into Aptera, be sure to check out the Aptera Owners Club YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description. They have a lot of great information and they upload often. If you're ready to reserve your own Aptera, check out my referral code to get $30 off your reservation fee. It might also help me get some money off of my order. I'm going to be going to the Electrify Expo in a few weeks where Aptera is going to be there. So I'm really excited to see the car in person and hopefully get to sit in it and see what it's all about. Let me know if there's something that you want to see covered from that expo. Coming up, I'll be focusing more on helping new EV drivers. So stay tuned if you're new to the world of electric vehicles. You've been watching EVs with Kaz. I'm Kaz. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Yes? Do you want to be on the TV?